this show, we'll roll back the clock. We'll roll back the sunshine in the sky. Back. Season after season. As the old grow young and go inside their parent. And the animals and the spirits and the blood of our ancestors ran through the river. I've come today to tell you a story about family, about love, honor, and commitment, about a pure way of life, without all the mechanisms. There was a great brave that had taken many lives. He had fought tirelessly against another tribe. He had grown old and weak. They were sure that he had ingested a bad spirit, for he lay close to death. And so the entire tribe met for a council. The brave son, who was 14, asked to speak. He was recognized by the old man. The chief isn't the king, he's just respected for his wisdom. The boy stands, a symbol of attention. He raises his fist, points it at the sky. I give this oath. If the spirit of the trees, the beasts of the fields, and their blood which runs through our bodies as though our ancestors, I will give 100 pieces of flesh for my father to recover and become the brave he was. The council was shocked. Many times teenagers had made bold claims. Well, Indians were just people. So the old guys got together and they talked about it. They said, what should we do? What should we do? If you take 100 pieces of flesh, he'll die. You can't. You can't. You must let him out of it. He's just a boy. He didn't know what he was doing. Let's ask the old man. So the old chief, blind and incontinent, has the story told to him again because he's forgotten. Then he thinks for a moment and says something they didn't want to hear. He says, "It is not right to make a vow to gods and spirits and ancestors. The boy must follow through. 100 pieces of flesh must fall." Well, the family was shattered. And as night began to fall, it got dark. They began to gather. The young boy was shitting. He was scared to death. But he wanted to save his dad. So he kneeled in front of everyone. Everyone held their breath as this heavy-set ant approached him with a quill off a cactus. The boy, brave, trying to honor his family, held out his arm. And so it began. Slowly she pricked a small sample of the boy's flesh. He's crying in silence, gritting his teeth. Everyone's watching, holding their breath. The pressure's tremendous, they can't take it. It's completely silent except for the sound of the fire. Blood begins to pour. The boy's knees begin to knock and he falls to the ground. Everyone gasps and the women in the crowd begin to cry. That's enough, stop this. He's too young. The old man said,
No. The gods must be appeased. It was a vow.
So the women of the group began to talk and said, this is not right. But what can we do? This is what they did. The boy's aunts, his cousins, his great aunts, and his grandmother, each one, stood and took 10 on each arm. And that boy's father made an amazing recovery. He was able to go on a buffalo hunt that winter. And that young boy, with his 10 marks of flesh, forever bonded with the sisters, mothers, aunts, and cousins of his family. That boy grew up to be an honorable warrior. That boy grew up to honor his family. He actually knew his history. It meant something. Now I know it's probably a stupid story, but it was told to me by my grandmother. Later, those Indians were decimated by smallpox-infected blankets. The Spaniards would strip the Indians down and put them inside cannons and shoot them off. They were considered less than Negroes at the time, and Negroes were slaves.